back to Hot Talk, everyone. This is season 2, episode 2. We're back after a couple weeks. We've just finished our fall season. A lot of stuff to go over today, but if you're watching this, subscribe on YouTube, and you can leave a comment or email Tim Field, TIMFIELD, at anselm.edu. You can also follow us on our Instagram page, St. Anselm Men's Soccer, all spelled out. Tim, you want to take it from here?
Hey, guys, welcome back. Our last episode, we were in person, and once again, we're not in person, which should be pretty obvious by now. But both the state and the school asked us to take a couple weeks off and not hang out together. So we thought it would be prudent to go ahead and do this via Zoom again. It's been an interesting couple months since the guys have come back on campus. We were able to train, got in probably a good 15 to 20 training, Zach, I would say, and capped it off with our only scrimmage that we were allowed to do, which we did last Sunday. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we split the teams somewhat randomly, somewhat just to see guys go against each other. Part of it was for me to see two guys who are going to be on this episode go against each other, because I thought that would be pretty fun to watch. We made it a gray squad and a blue squad. I won't tell you who was on each squad, but I will tell you the gray squad won 7-3. So as you're watching, when you see the smiles, you're probably going to guess who was on that gray squad.
All right, so joining us today are two of our 4 men of the match. We got sophomore transfer number 7, Josue Assantha, and sophomore number 3, Kevin Jordan. So Josue had all 3 of blue squad's goals, and Kevin for the gray squad had 2 goals and 3 assists. So let's start with Josue. Good to have you on the show, and more importantly, it's finally good to have you on the team and in this school. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers. What's your story? Where are you from? How did you end up at St. A's?
First of all, I'd like to start by saying thank you, and I'm glad to be a part of the team. For starters, well, my family and I moved to the States, especially New Hampshire and Manchester, in 2010, about this time in October. I was about 9 years old, spoke no words of English, and I attended Beach Street School, which is local to where I live. And I went to middle school in McLaughlin Middle School and Central High School for high school, where I met Zach. And when I met Zach, it was through Central Soccer, of course. And then after that, it was through club soccer, and he invited me to play with them. And ever since me and Zach became close friends, he started inviting me to more soccer activities like practices, games, and other teams to join them. And we got closer through the time. And it became about my senior year. Zach was just transferring to go to St. A's, and he told me all about it, and I was interested. But when I was a senior, I didn't have the grades enough to go to St. A's, so I had to do another option. And my option that I chose, I went to Keene State for a year. That was the way so I can get my grades up and hopefully be able to get accepted in the following year. And throughout that whole time, I had Zach by my side helping me with school, keeping my grades up, transcript, just staying on task of everything so I can be able to come to St. A's the following year, which we made it happen. He was able to get me through all of that, and I'm grateful that he helped me. And I tried the following year, and I actually got accepted to St. A's, the school, and I was able to join the team that way.
So, Josue, I can echo what you're talking about, because you and I have been talking for about a year and a half. And when you were at Keene State, I thought something was rather impressive. Do you remember off the top of your head what your GPA was for your year there?
My GPA at Keene State was about 3.6.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too. So to say you went off to college and learned how to become a student would be an understatement. 3.6 in any college is not an easy thing to do. So congratulations on that good work. And, we're obviously thrilled to have you joining us. I have a question, though. How have you liked the school so far in the program?
I mean, it kind of sucks because of COVID, obviously. But other than that, from everything that I've seen, learned, and been through, I love the school. The people, especially obviously because I've been mostly around the soccer boys, it's been nothing but great vibes and wonderful people, of course. So it's kind of like everybody just gets along and connect with each other. And which is just a good environment to always want to be around, whether it's on the field or off the field. You always want to be around the guys. And classes are not so bad after all, because I have obviously everybody else, like I was saying, helping me and everything. So it's much easier than I thought it would be, because everybody always says St. Ed is hard, which is what I had in my mind when I started too. But with everyone helping me and everything, it's been going pretty good, and I'm doing pretty good, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, and I'll admit, I get a grade report halfway through every semester, and I happily mention to you that your name was not on it, meaning all of your grades were where they needed to be. So well done. I do know the two guys that are on this with us right now, they have okay GPAs. The math is easy, at least, to do. So they are two very good guys to be helping out with everything. But like I said, we're thrilled that you were able to get here. And I'm even more thrilled that you've been able to transition and do well in the classes and get an education, because at the end of the road is really, even if you play soccer professionally, you're going to have to retire. You're going to get old like me someday, and you're going to have a real job.
And speaking of somebody who's going to have a good job down the line, we got Kevin Jordan joining us. So, Kevin, let's talk about the game this past Sunday. You obviously were Gray Squad's best player. How do you think the game went in your eyes, and how do you feel that you impacted the game specifically?
I think the game went great. We killed them, as I'm sure we all knew we were going to from the beginning. The whole team played really well. We got to see some guys that haven't played with us yet. Johnny, who played great. We also had all the freshmen on our team, which was nice to see them out on the field with us. Personally, I thought I played pretty well. It was just exciting to be back on the team, kind of connecting with some of the guys again, moving the ball. It's been tough not being able to be out on the field and compete, but that was a good opportunity for us. And I think we really enjoyed the moment. I know we had a little bit of fun out there. I know you and I had some fun in particular. Maybe not Josue as much, but it's definitely a good match.
So for anyone watching, it is kind of ironic that Zach is wearing the blue shirt right now, because he was in a gray shirt on Sunday, if you haven't figured that out already. Yes. So, Kevin, I think anyone who listens to this podcast knows you made the NE10 rookie team last year. You started, 12, 13 games, something like that. Came in off the bench when someone got hurt, and I'm not sure you were ever off the field again. Do you think that experience helped you, especially coming into your sophomore year? Granted, we only had one game that we could really watch, but I told Zach, and Zach can attest to this, he asked me about players of the match, and I said, hands down, Kevin was the best player on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the year of experience helped. Coming into the program, it was a bit tough. It was different to what I was used to. Whole bunch of new guys, but some of the guys that I actually knew from high school really helped me out. Spencer, who was my captain back in high school, was really encouraging and helped me stay positive through the beginning, especially in the double sessions. And then I think that last year, having the opportunity to play a lot, especially against older guys, really gets you accustomed to dealing with that. Maybe we're not the biggest guys, but I think our whole team has a lot of heart. And I think that was one of the big lessons I learned, is that no matter the size of the opponent, we can hold our own out there.
So you mentioned one thing with a senior like Spencer showing leadership and helping you out. And so everyone knows you guys went to high school together, so you've known each other for a while. But I got to tell you, one of the things that stood out in the game, and I don't know if you guys really caught this, Bruno did. We talked about this after the game. But there was a couple times some of our freshmen got a little daring and had a little bravado and tried to juke both Spencer and Jaden. And it was kind of fun to watch both of those guys with all their experience just basically step aside, take the ball, and go down the field before anyone even knew what happened. So you're right about seeing that and that experience and what they're going to be able to do. And I can't wait to see what you guys do as you get older and get more experience playing in this league.
Absolutely.
So, Josue, now that we've gotten to know you a little bit here, let's talk to you about the game this past Sunday. Why don't we talk about your goals? We won't beat around the bush here. It seemed like you were pretty dominant early on in the game. Is that something you tried to do, or did the opportunities just kind of present themselves to you?
I mean, as an attacking player, your goal is obviously always to either create chances or have some goals, of course. And I just feel like I was in the right place at the right time for all three goals, of course. And obviously, it was through the The chances were made by obviously like the upperclassmen like Jackson and Chris because they were more experienced. They know what they were doing. So they were able to give me the right balls and telling me like directly what run I should make, where I should be and stuff like that. So without that guidance, I feel like I would have never been at the right place at the right time because it's the first time obviously playing with them. And I just happened to be the right place at the right time by them telling me where to be and what to do. So they were a very big help with those 3 goals I had.
So I got to tell you too, and I think it was your second goal, maybe your third goal. You must have been 30 to 34 inches off the ground on that header on the corner kick. I swear it's like I looked and I saw your cleats above someone's waist. You want to talk about being in the right place at the right time, but then being able to get 3 feet in the air, that really makes a difference. And that athleticism will help you a lot going into the season. And honestly, as Bruno and I were looking at the team a year ago now, we got better at putting the ball in the net, but there were still games. Stonehill was a 2-1 loss after outshooting them 24-7. Bentley was another one that if we could have put the ball in the net, we would have won that one. But we needed guys like you who are going to step up to put you alongside Kevin, Mikey B, Taylor Silverstein, Zach. So I'm looking forward to you really being able to do something. But I'm curious, do you have a little bit of a prediction on how many goals you think you could score in 16 games in this league?
I think with like having the guys you just named on my side, I should have more than 10 goals. I'm hoping to have about 10 or more.
Okay, yeah, you know what? You give us 8, we'll be happy with you. Okay, how about that? You know, 8 is 100%, 10's 120%. We'll be thrilled with that one.
I agree with that. We will definitely take 8 to 10 goals. But Tim, going back to your point with Josue getting 30 to 34 inches off the ground, that's credit to Coach Herrick and those vertical jumps in the weight room for sure. Kevin, last question for you. Just this fall in general with the training, I know we were kind of in small groups most of the time. We had our hiccups here and there, but how do you think it went overall in preparing for our next season, whenever that may be?
I mean, I thought it was a good start. There's a lot of stuff I thought could be better. I liked the competitive nature that some of the guys showed. We were missing that a lot of the times last year, and I think that even in stuff that doesn't seem like it would be competitive, we made it competitive. We were, counting how many passes we could get in a row without making a mistake, that type of stuff. And I think that really helped improve the atmosphere around the practices. So that was one of the big improvements I noticed. I think that even though we only had a short time together, we definitely all learned a little bit about, especially the younger guys, how the college program works and what we need from them going forward.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This is like a huge advantage for the young guys. It obviously stinks they won't see what a real game or real season atmosphere is like, but this will definitely be crucial experience and like serve as a huge advantage for them going forward. But without further ado, it's now time for our lightning round. So I'm sure you guys have seen before, but they're just a couple short questions. We want short, quick answers. We're going to try to catch you on your toes. So Tim, go ahead with the first question.
I know this is going to be a tough one, but I want you to really see how quick you can answer this one, okay? You ready? Okay. What's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Wow, that took no time at all to answer. Very good. KJ.
Apple Jacks.
Ooh.
Wow, I have not heard the term Apple Jacks in a long time. There you go.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch myself. Either that or Fruit Loops. You never know. What about you? What about you?
I don't eat cereal. I'm allergic to wheat. So I guess my favorite cereal is eggs.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Second question. Kevin, you're up first. Online classes or in person?
In person, way better.
How about you?
Online classes are terrible, man.
I want to say in person, but I kind of have a hard time giving teachers answers when they need it, so I need time to think about it. So,
a little bit of a hybrid of both, not bad. Yeah. All right, Josue, starting with you again. Favorite sports drink? If it's Gatorade or Powerade, though, I need to know the flavor, and yes, color does count as a flavor.
I'm going to go with my gray Powerade. Oh,
Hey,
gray.
Powerade?
Gray, yes. That is my favorite.
Yeah, isn't that like Arctic Chill or something like that? Yep.
Yep.
Kevin, how about you?
It's Body Armor. It's not even close.
I should have known that before I even made the question.
But hey, what flavor though?
Dude, all of them are better than Gatorade or Powerade. That's like drinking a soda before you go out and exercise. Oh, my God.
All right, before we get the sales pitch for the Body Armor, let's go to question 4. Even though, Kevin, start with this one. Even though COVID-19 has sucked, what has been the best part of it for you?
The best part of it for me has just been the opportunity to just focus on soccer without any distractions, kind of. Yeah, I'd say just the focus on soccer. That's all I've been doing.
And Josue?
For me, hands down, the best part for me was definitely getting to know you guys and everybody on the team and just like making a very good relationship with all of you. So I feel like I'm so much closer to you guys than ever.
Really, Josue, I want to interview you next year after a season and see what you say, because I think it'll be even better. I think as much fun as you've had right now, and I think Kevin can probably attest to this, it'll be even better once we get to play. So speaking of playing, this is the last question. And again, Josue, I'll start with you. What do you miss most about being able to play actual competitive games?
The thing that I miss most is the feeling after you win a game and you just like celebrate with like your whole team, and just like there's nothing better than that, because you worked to that point and you got the goals and accomplished what you worked so hard for. That's what I miss the most, the feeling.
Kevin, how about you?
I just miss being able to compete with my brothers out there against anybody, really. You know, it's just a thrill of competition.
Cool. Hey, Zach, how about you, since you also play at the moment?
I love both those answers, but the feeling after winning or like scoring a goal, there's nothing like that.
I got to tell you, even as a coach, you know, I wear a Fitbit, so I see my heart rate all day long. And coaching you guys, standing on the sidelines, my heart rate averages about 130. And it's just the adrenaline. And I'm not so old that I can't remember being in the situation of being on the field, but it's still, there's just like you guys said, there's nothing like it, and actually getting to see the battles going on and being up close and personal to it. And with the blue and gray game, I got to referee it, if you want to call it that. We're not trying to insult other referees, but I got to run around in the middle with the whistle. And that was the only thing that was any better, is I actually got to be right there on top of it and see everything that's going on. And it brought back some memories from back in the 80s and early 90s that were pretty cool.
All right, Josue and Kevin, thank you guys so much for joining us. Good job in the game, and we look forward to talking to you guys soon. All right, be safe.
Thanks for having us.
Hey guys, thanks for joining, like Zach said, but I also want to thank you for not giving me a hard time Sunday.
All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment. You can also ask any questions towards Tim to his email, timfield@anselm.edu. Follow us on our Instagram page. We're on Apple iTunes. We're on Podbean. You name it. So we'll see you next time for episode 3 of season 2. Thank you.
Take care, guys.